build my gallows and build them high. Makes a long time climbing before I die.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Shortbangers. I'm Matty.
I'm Colin. And I'm
How's it going, mate?
starving.
Yeah.
All right, mate. I'm absolutely starving, right? So we're going to be. I can imagine how this is going to go, as we've found out in previous episodes.
Well, I think it's maybe like the second question in, second or third. There's a second question, food related one.
Oh, brilliant!
So
well, that'll kill
you
us.
can
That'll
that'll
be
be
it
us. Aye. if you're not eating yet, go and get yourself a chippy or something because you'll be hungry by the end of this.
6:20 and I've not had my dinner yet. Normally have it a bit earlier. Normally have it about 6 actually. So.
Aye. Before we'll get this done and then go to tea. I've not had mine yet either. Did I tell you? Mind there was a thing a while back. I think I maybe did tell you the Too Good to Go app where you can guess.
Oh, you texted it.
By the way,
that was a haul, eh?
It was £2.50 or something, and there was what I can't remember. It was like 4 donuts.
See if I've still got it here. I'll tell you now because was that a text? You text it.
Maybe text it. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head, right? So I think there was 2 sausage, bean, and cheese melts.
Can I just tell you? Like I was out with my headphones on, kind of in the city.
Aye.
And it started reading. It started reading out to me. I'm gone. I missed the start of it, right? Because I was actually running, and the text come in, but it was really quiet. And I thought, he's texted me a fucking shopping list rather than you've texted me things in the past.
Aye, it's great from
going, what the fuck's this? Here's what you got: £2.49, right? 2 sausage rolls, 2 sausage and bean melts, 3 donuts, 2 yum yums, a cheese and ham baguette, a cheese salad baguette, and a charred grilled chicken oval bite. That's what you got for £2.49.
Outstanding, eh?
That's incredible. Incredible.
The text my mate Alan, who loves like a bag of this, and seriously, for like the next couple of nights, I got messages from him because he's obviously trying to go, fucking having some of that action. So he's been on it as well.
I've not used it for ages, actually.
No, same here. It was I can't even. There was like a notification to come up. I think Aldi have gone on it.
Oh, right.
And so I sort of wonder what that's like. So we had just opened it, and as I opened it, it was like you've got a Greg's one in your area. You want it? That's fuck it. We'll just do it. See what we get. And
because you always get at least that value anyway. It's always worth more. But I mean, that's about fucking. Oh, I don't know. Well, that must be 15 quid's worth anyway.
Easy, I think, more than that.
Aye.
I would say more than that. Aye.
That's a sounds food already, eh? Brilliant. Brilliant. What are you having for your tea tonight?
I had no idea. We're gonna have baked potato at lunch, but just the way the work landed, I didn't actually kind of get time for a proper lunch break, so I've not even really had lunch.
Starving
so we maybe have the baked potato for tea, or I think we're going to wee drive and we might go and see Jane's mum, so we'll maybe have tea through there. I don't know.
Aye.
Anyway, right, this is interesting for folk. What are you having?
It is. What am I having? Well, I'm having a baguette with like pepperoni and salami and that on it, and a bit of salad and stuff. Aye.
Aye. All right.
No, I'm back in the bread.
Guinness 2022's got our first question tonight. Category is pseudo golf lessons. And the question is, our bangers golfers recently gave this a try. To my surprise, all lessons consisted of just hits at the driving range with different clubs. Was I shortchanged? You would not expect football lessons to be just taking goal kicks with different sizes of shoes, etc. Which is a fair point. You wouldn't expect that. You're a golfer, are you?
No, I did have clubs at one point. I think I got them for my Christmas when I was a teenager at one point, and I had part of that was lessons at Duddonston with the pro, and then I had day clubs into my 20s. Hardly ever played, and used to get frustrated to fuck because I could hit a great shot and then I'd hit 10 shite shots, and I ken that's part of the thing. But I'd end up going and playing with my mates. We played full grey and all that kind of stuff. And you'd all starting to tee together and you think this will be good. The 4 of us going round to have a laugh. But you go away and play on your own, because the balls didn't land together. It's not like the telly. So you're away over on the right, they're away on the left, they're away in the middle. It's like you just fucking catch up with the next tee, It's pointless. Pointless game. But on that question though, I suppose it's funny because you're in one of the group chats with mates for school, and they were talking about it was football coaching for a family member, and they were saying they're doing fucking like fancy tricks and
Aye, we
all of that
steepovers
stuff.
and Cruyff
But
turns.
surely you learn the basics before you go on the pitch and start doing the Maradona fucking dribble and that. You know what I mean? You've got to learn how to control a ball and pass
Mhm.
it first. So it wouldn't be trying different football boots on. It would be trying different touches and passes and ball mastery, I suppose, rather than all that shit before you go out on the actual course and start smashing a ball into the trees or
Uh,
towards people.
Are
Because if
you
you're in driving range, it would make sense, would it not? Get used to
would
the club and that.
you a master of your balls?
Oh, I've been practicing for years and years. I'll get there in the end. I just need to keep. It's just like you just need to keep going
So
there and just keep
you,
trying.
you never stop practicing, eh?
No.
So you never stop learning. I quite fancy getting into golf. Like it's one of these things that, on the one hand, I look at it like a complete fucking waste of time and money,
Aye.
and I don't like the fact that they dress up for it. I just don't
Aye.
get it. Like, although I say that, and then I try to rationalise it by going, I put a football top on to go to
Aye,
football,
you dress up for
and
the football.
I'm not going to play the game. But I didn't. It's just jeans and a t-shirt, isn't it? Really. Um, it's no daft trousers with
Well,
fucking
it's
silly
not.
socks
You
and
didn't need to wear that. That's just like Ian Poulter and that. Like you could
nah.
just
But
wear a
no,
pair of trousers and a fucking polo shirt.
I
Like this
know.
polo shirt, you could wear this.
Aye, they ought to, though. Like it. If we're at Petrivi drop, well, we used to go up to drop the kids off. That's right next to the Dunfermline golf course,
Mhm.
and they're all dressed up. What the fuck he's doing? He's
Mm.
on the professionals of that. He's like you say, can go and be your mates, and
Aye, they'll have rules though at the clubs. That's the thing. It sounds dear, like the memberships and that, but really it's a lot of it. I think some of them can be more expensive, but a lot of them are on a par with a season ticket or a season ticket plus an Albion bar
aye,
membership. And so actually, if you and you could do it any day of the week in the summer. Obviously, the winter it's I think the winter greens and all that. I like the idea, and I've tried it, and I've hit some decent shots, but that's a small fucking fraction of the shots I've hit.
aye.
But I'm just never. I was young and daft. I reckon if I tried it again now, I'd probably be better because I'd concentrate more and think about it more and actually try and help myself. I used to just get frustrated and go fuck it.
Twat it.
Aye, and then
Aye.
the harder you try to hit it, the well, it's not all about. It's obviously about hitting the ball hard, right? But there's a technique to it. You
Mhm.
know, like you didn't need to be swinging it fucking mental, like you're clubbing somebody over the head with a baseball bat to hit the ball hard. It's about the technique and the flow of the swing and that. Whereas I used to just try and God, I would be getting frustrated. So, aye, John plays Petty John's no, and he could have said what's fucking good about it.
Aye. It sounds to me, to answer the question, it sounds to me like that was a sensible starting point for the lessons.
Mhm.
Just try hitting
Yeah.
the ball with a few different clubs. So I don't think you've been shortchanged. I think that's
No.
reasonable. Right, Ian T. Next question. Crisp and crisp packets are purposefully noisy by design. Discuss.
Mm. What would the reason be, you think, for that?
I think they've got a reputation to uphold.
I
I was
think
thinking
that
about this.
actual crisp has got
Mhm.
it's named the fucking noise it makes, right? But what about the bag, right? What were you thinking?
Well, there's no need for it to be noisy because if when if you're sitting beside somebody with a packet of crisps, it's fucking noisy. Like if you try to eat while you're watching a film or something, I can't. It just annoys me because
Mhm.
even the noise crunching in my own mouth, I'm like, fuck, I just want to hear what's getting said on the
Mm.
in the film. But if you've got the crisp bag on top of that, because you can't even fucking just get the crisp out without making a noise. Make it quieter.
Yep.
There must be a quieter way to package crisps.
Mhm.
It's unnecessarily noisy.
You couldn't make the crisp. Well, you could make the crisp less crispy, but
Aye,
changing the
accept
name
that.
of it, you the territory there. But the crisp bag, aye. See that does irritate me. Like I'm like the noise eating and that.
Aye,
It's fucking and as I've probably said it on here before, I'm bound to have like they try and say noisy eaters that are lazy try and blame me for having a misophonia or something.
aye.
No, you can't breathe and eat at the same time. That's the problem. Like and I get folk have got sinus problems and all that. So my wife tells me that. That's part of the reason. Some folk are just fucking lazy.
There's an advert keeps coming up on our Twitter feed. I reckon when you look at our Longbangers Twitter account, whether you get the exact same feed as I get, because I don't know whether it goes for the Twitter, like the algorithm, whether it goes what you look at in general across your phone, or
Right.
whether it goes what do you look at in terms of tweets, which would be account based rather than personal, it would be account. But there's several promoted adverts that come up for wee earplug things that are meant to help with misophonia.
Oh, really? I've never heard that. That's
Consistently
weird.
come up these wee
That
blue
should
things.
come on my feed in New
It
Year's.
should do. It's weird. That's why I was asking whether you
I
got
think,
them.
aye, but nah, I've not seen that. But then I tend not to look at adverts, so maybe I have, and I just go straight past adverts and that, same as I do with tweets that are too long or
Aye.
posts on the message boards that are too long. Just like that. It could be a respected person poster. If they've written too many words, no reading it.
I can imagine you these earplugs sitting. So I remember a text conversation we had as you were about to go on a flight, and somebody was tanning crisps, ironically enough. And you were complaining about the noise. I can imagine you pulling the earplugs out and making a big fucking show to patting them in like that.
See, the good thing is
Like
now
that.
the new AirPods they've got that sound, not they're not quite fully soundproof, but they've got that protection or whatever you want to call
Noise
it in there.
cancelling.
Noise cancellation, so they'd be good for it now. You could just put them in and not even play any music, and they'd not be the cunt, because it's. I didn't understand how folk think it's all right, and I get the breathing one, like, because it could be that you've got sinus problems and you've had a broken nose in the past or something, but it's the lips going and smacking and all that, and I'm like, nah, that's nothing to do with your nose.
There's no need for it.
No, it's just I just didn't understand how they've never been pulled up as a youngster to say shut the fuck up.
Do they sell crisps at the cinema?
You get nachos at the cinema.
But you're not got the packet problem.
No, they're in that plastic sort of container though.
Aye, so I think the crunching you could probably live with, but the combination of the crunching and the bag rustling
and the lips getting smacked.
Aye.
Or somebody going, like that's really like, what are you doing? Like, just shut the fuck up. Like,
why the fuck do you hear that?
Have you not heard somebody doing that when they're eating?
Aye, I know, but no often,
Like, it does happen though. Like, wait, like, aye, good. Well, you've got a bag of crisps, well done.
Aye, well done. Look at me, I've got crispy bacon crisps.
I'm worse at the cinema the way, like, I always think it's funny, you go to the cinema and get out, that's another bugbear thing. We should do the pet peeve thing again. Mind that was done for a wee while.
Aye.
You go to the cinema and you're like, right, it's fucking 8:15 the film starts, so you're there at fucking 8:10, and you come on like for time and all that.
Oh, aye. Yeah.
I think folk are late for me. I think it's a fucking sign of disrespect or all that, right? All that shit. And you sit down at 8:10, and it's not even a fucking trailer. It's adverts, and I hate adverts as well. And then you get the trailers, and in the film, by that time, every cunt's munched through their fucking minstrels and their slurped their coke and their fucking munched their crisps or their nachos. You're like, fucking hell, man. Just tell me when the film starts so I can avoid hearing all that shit.
Do you think that's why they do that for that long road, so that everybody's done by the time the film starts, so you can concentrate on the film without like wee Joey eating his Skittles next to you?
Aye, it probably is. But do you think... See, the price, I've not been to the cinema for a long time. Like, I've probably not been to the cinema since before lockdown, actually, when I think about it. I can't even remember the last time I was there. But the prices they charge, do you think, I suppose it's not dissimilar to going to the football and folk can, but the prices they charge for a hot dog or nachos or something, right? And it's just cheapo fucking shite-o Doritos, right? That they've put it in a plastic plate or plastic tray with some salsa and that,
microwave
cheese sauce, and jalapenos and that, and you go, how fucking much? But folk do it, right? So then, if you're selling it, you're not going to fucking stop, are you, or make it less because dafties are paying it. But then, do you think that's part of the experience of doing that?
I think folk have come to expect it, so because they expect it, they accept it. It's one of my favourite Viz letters that was in. There's like a Viz letter that says, I was at the cinema and went to pay for my pick and mix, but they wouldn't accept a £50 note. So I had to pay with 220s and a 10.
It's ridiculous, eh?
It is nonsense,
And,
yeah.
and they can't even stop you taking in your own crisps or bag
No,
of sweets. Like,
they're
it's
not
not,
bothered if you do.
no, it's mental that folk do it.
Because you do feel you
It's-
have to smuggle it in, no way. Like there
Aye.
is that, oh fuck,
There
I
was
never go.
that.
Didn't take a
Aye.
bag or put it in your pocket or whatever.
I know.
Go in.
It's mad, and yet the price they charge is just mental. But then I don't think it's any different at the football, because you could buy a pie of better quality for what Alan's Bakery down the road
Aye,
for more than half the price.
less than
More
half
than
the price.
less than half. Whatever, I
so-
don't know what way around them.
Aye,
But
I know what you mean.
it was
Yeah.
it 285 or something for a steak
Yeah.
pie at the football, or £3, say it's no 150 at fucking Alan's. You know what I mean?
No.
Or it'll be about that. So it's like
Aye.
about, let's say, half.
And a
Aye.
better pie as well.
Aye.
The thing that got me, there's the Odeon outside Dunfermline. There's a Costa in there. So outside, big fucking Costa sign. You go in, Costa, or the fucking Costa cups, Costa coffee, fucking everything's a Costa. I went to use my reward card. It's like, Ken, they went,
Aye.
we're no Costa.
Aye.
What?
So what's all that shite then?
Said, it's like,
How's
you
it
sure?
getting away with that then?
It's like a franchise, eh? So we just sell the coffee and we've got the signage. But
Aye.
so yeah, you're doing that, but you can't use anything that's actually costly here. Then nah.
Does it even cost a fucking coffee? Or are you just
Well,
buying the cups off them? You
you
getting a
can.
fucking Nescafe?
That's it. Well, you're making the like an old advert. In the
But
back, the
I know
sounds.
why. But they do that though, eh? Because I think airport ones and that often don't let you collect points because they charge you a fucking fortune because they've got the captive audience. So they do want to they do want to reward you for I don't know, like a Subway, you know, like
Aye.
you couldn't go in there and get your free one basically, so they can't then give you a stamp either.
Which
'Cause
they're probably the ones that can afford to give you the free one the most
no.
because they're overcharging and everything. Anyway, right. Brunswick Bill asked, when are you too old to have a high top fade haircut and what age is Aidan McGeady?
He's still fucking younger than us. That's
He
the
is.
sad fucking. That's the sad thing. A high top fade, is that what that's called that he's got? Is it?
Believe so.
He's probably pushing it then. I think once you're starting to have, has he got kids? I don't know, but I reckon once you have kids, that's when things have got to start changing with haircuts and that.
Aye. So I'm thinking about that, right? And as you say that, his Aidan McGeady in particular, right? And we'll talk about football. His whole game for his whole career has been based around showing off and that, pretty much. That was when you were at school. If you played like Aidan McGeady, you were just showing off. Like if you could add a few tricks in your locker and that.
Aye, you were getting half there.
Aye, right. You'd show off, skin folk and all the rest of it. Should you have expected him to grow out of that? Like, is that the same thing as once you have kids, you stop showing off at the football? It's like you're a grown man. Fucking play the game. Or should we just encourage it because we want to see that sort of maverick behaviour?
I don't think you think about growing out of things. I think you have the kids and then that changes your life perspective, and you don't go, oh, I'm going to fucking stop getting a fancy haircut. I think you just think, I need to be sensible. I've got parents' night fucking next week, or I didn't want that wee fucker copying me, and this is fucking haircuts. You know what I mean? I think you're trying to set an example in that. So I don't think it's a. But I don't know if you actually consider it. Aye. I think you just do. But then if you're a football player, you never grow up, eh? You know what I mean? They'll be flinging shite at each other in the changing rooms and telling funny stories about when they're 50. You know what I mean? It's just that's what football ex-football player podcasts are, eh?
Aye.
Mind that time you fucking cut the heels out of his socks and that and had a shit in it and all that. You know what I mean? It's like
Craig Levine will tell a story in that. I can't remember if it was on the Sacked in the Morning
Sacked in the
podcast or if it was
Morning.
on the radio about pissing in the jacuzzi when John Robertson was going to use it.
Was it pissing in it, or was it no something to do with he knew where the switch, the on and off switch was or something?
That was how it started off.
Right.
So I'm not sure if it was him that they were playing the trick on with the switch.
Oh, Robertson was doing the trick on it, was it? When he
And
with the on and off button.
For him to get his own back, I'm sure he sort of just heavily implied he just pissed in the fucking thing for the next person to go in.
Aye. And then And he's still laughing about it at the age
Aye.
of fucking 60 or whatever he is now. That's what I mean. They never grow up.
Right, Ian, student flats is the category. In Edinburgh, one day will there be at least one block of student accommodation within a mile radius?
Go and read that again. In one day,
One day will there be at least one block of student accommodation within a mile radius? I don't have a mile radius of what? Of
they mean each other.
So you can
Wherever
stand
you
at any point in Edinburgh. Yes, I would say that it's probably already at that point now, is it not?
That'll be what the temporary lights are for. Probably they're probably digging holes to put more flats in.
Aye.
You wonder how much they pay, because some of them are really central. You think, fucking, that'd be magic. Came if you were young and you were living in town like that.
Prime location, Aye, but I suppose there's obviously a need for it. I think it'll charge a lot. There'll be folk that can afford to go in it that'll get them. No, the actual students who can run their grants and that.
Well, so no, I've heard Sam Delaney talking about it on his podcast about the ones in London. I think he was talking about others, but the one he was specifically talking about was the flats behind the Brentford Stadium in London. Most of them are empty. It's like oligarchs and that just buy the house, buy the flats. Nobody ever moves in it. It's just like a complete like shift of money to Britain tax dodge thing. And they build all these houses and flats and multi-story high rises, just luxury flats, and they can't in them, just empty.
What a waste,
Especially in London, but that'll catch up with here. That's what happens. We're usually sort of following London steps with stuff like that.
It's a big good way to solve the homeless issue, wouldn't it? Just fucking fill it with, let people there stay. Right, Ian's next one. E-bikes is a category. What possesses someone with the notion to boost their cycling capacity?
Is this the electric ones? They've got you pedal them, but then they've got an electric booster.
Aye. So I quite like the idea of e-bikes. I wouldn't want to go on a motorbike, but I like the idea because sometimes you go, or my experience of cycling, I've not been on a bike probably since we used to rent them. Mind we used to do that at lunchtime, the Gyle.
Rent them?
Mind we used to hire them at Edinburgh Park and we'd go cycle.
I used to take my bike in. On the back of it was mine bike. I never rented one. I used to drive it in and like on the back in the bike rack on the back of the car. I'll leave it at the work.
I definitely hired one. Maybe you brought yours and I hired one.
I can't remember that. But I didn't think you could do that. Actually. I thought you were going to talk about like if you were at Centre Parks or something and you could rent bikes.
Centre Parks as well, by the way. Centre Parks, that was last time I went there, years ago when the kids were wee. And that was the first time being on a bike in ages. I felt like I was doing a paper round again. It was fucking funny. But if you're not used to cycling, you definitely can overdo it. And then you've got to cycle home. And I like the idea of having a wee motor on it that you could just go just like that up the hills.
Where I was going to say where I would see myself using it is when you hit a hill and then you just gradually get to a place where you feel like there's folk walking past you.
Aye.
That's where you would kick in the afterburner, eh? Surely that's what it's for, rather than just like going along a flat bit.
Aye.
Must be what folk are for, the hilly places. I'd imagine they're much use in like Amsterdam or anything.
There's loads of folks cycling. You've been to Amsterdam before?
No, I've not. But I know that it's all flat, isn't it? So it's just there's loads of cycling.
Apparently, they have to every now and again trawl the canals, and they pull out fucking shitloads of bikes for it. Which is, I think I might feel the need to chuck their bikes in the canal, but
it's their shopping trolley. It's what they do for.
Must be
what they do for fun.
But the proper into cycling now, it's like there's more bikes than cars. You just got to be in you look at it the whole time.
I think that's what Edinburgh's up to. I think they're thinking that that's what we want to try and do here. By creating the havoc they are with the roads, they're trying to get cars out of the town.
Aye. I mean, they fucking destroyed it for drivers. Really, they have.
They have. So I think that's maybe where they want to go. Like,
but it's not a good city for cycling in. It's too hilly, Edinburgh, for it. They need to flatten at least some of the hills. Like they could, and they might start doing that. What hill in Edinburgh would you flatten if you could?
Arthur Seat. What one causes me the most problems? See, I don't mind the hills, but when I cycled to work in that Dundas Street, it's an absolute fucking killer. Or you know what one really used to get me was you come past Cameron Toll when you come up Gilmerton Road.
Aye.
And like you're maybe visualising it now on the way up to Morrison's and that, and you're not thinking it's not that big a hill. And it isn't. It's just gradual. And it fucking wears you down. So you're cycling up it, and then you slow down a bit because it's up a hill, and it keeps going up and up and up and up and up. So it never ever goes fucko like Dundas Street, but because it's like a gradual all the way up to the chippy at the top of the crossroads, the Supper Bowl, you're constantly uphill for fucking 2 miles or something. And so I'd probably maybe go with that one.
That was probably my least favourite thing about cycling is when you hit a hill and you have to go into like a ridiculously low gear, and so your legs are pedaling like fuck and you're going nowhere.
Yeah.
Aye.
It's murder. It was Broughton Street. I used to come up Broughton Street sometimes and all rather than go up Dundas Street. Yeah, and that was short and sharp. But it was still every night you'd go, oh, fuck's sake, man.
Aye.
And once you go over that, you're no bad. And then you would get to the Gilmerton one, you think, well, I'm nearly fucking home now. But aye, they're killers. I think if I would get rid of any of them though, I would just try and plan my journey a bit better. You got one in mind?
Drumbray. Aye. Well, that's quite like a nice view. If you're coming down Drumbray, like towards Fife, and you look at the view there is quite good, so you'd lose that.
Why would you get rid of that one?
It's really steep. We went up, we were on a supporters bus going to, I can't remember what the game was. The bus was that old, it couldn't make up that hill, it got stuck. The hill just was like, oh, fuck. That's how steep that was. Aye. No. I was like, I'm not fucking pushing it. Like,
get off. No, but I wonder if they could have got folk off, it might have went, and then just at the top. You just walk up to the top and I'll meet you at the top.
Anyway, right, that's us out of time. If you want to listen to more, I think we've done, 3 or 4 questions there?
Oh, it feels like more than that. I think I've asked more than 3 or 4.
I probably have. And actually, I did have the highlight just your impression of somebody enjoying their food as well, which in itself would be worth subscribing for. So you can subscribe to get more Shortbangers, Longbangers, etc. Just go to our Twitter page and click on the link there. That'll take you to it. And if you have any issues, DM me and I'll get on them for you. Right, thanks for calling. We'll speak again in a minute to do Shortbangers Extra. Folks, thanks for sending the questions. We'll see you next time.
Well, they trailed me down when I broke free. I drank all the whiskey in Tennessee. I don't drink what I know, you know what I mean.